In the annals of ancient Rome, two figures epitomize the pursuit of power: Julius Caesar and Vitellius. While both sought control over the Roman state, their paths to power could not have been more distinct. Caesar rose with the overwhelming support of the people, while Vitellius seized power through force and ambition, leaving behind chaos and a fleeting reign. What sets apart a leader who earns power from one who grabs it? Let's explore the lives of these two men to uncover why Caesar's legacy endures while Vitellius's reign faded into obscurity. Julius Caesar's name is often linked with dictatorship, painted by some as a power-hungry leader who sought to control Rome at all costs. However, this perspective misses crucial details. By the time Caesar crossed the Rubicon in 49 BCE, his actions were not driven by personal ambition alone. Caesar had spent years cultivating loyalty, both from the Roman people and his legions. His popularity wasn't just built on military triumphs, but on reforms that addressed the common people's needs directly. Caesar wasn't merely a brilliant general, he was a reformer who sought to improve the lives of ordinary Romans. His initiatives, such as redistributing land to veterans and offering relief from crushing debt, earned him immense admiration among the masses. When Caesar marched on Rome, it wasn't as an enemy of the state, but as a leader, supported by both his soldiers and the populace. His rise to power was built on a foundation of trust and hope from those who believed in his vision for a better Rome. Vitellius, on the other hand, represents the quintessential power grabber. In 69 CE, during the chaotic year of the Four Emperors, Vitellius exploited the turmoil following Emperor Nero's death to seize power. Unlike Caesar, Vitellius had no broad popular support. He wasn't a visionary reformer. He was a general driven purely by personal ambition. His claim to power rested solely on the loyalty of his legions, which he used to march on Rome and overthrow the reigning emperor. Vitellius offered no solutions to Rome's growing problems. His brief rule was characterized by greed, excess, and a disregard for the state's welfare. Unlike Caesar, who worked to address societal needs, Vitellius cared only for maintaining his grip on power. Without the support of the people, his reign was unstable from the outset. His dependence on brute force and military backing made his downfall inevitable, as he failed to inspire loyalty or leave a meaningful impact on Rome. The difference between Caesar and Vitellius becomes stark when viewed through the lens of legitimacy. While Julius Caesar's rise was controversial, it carried a level of legitimacy derived from the people's support. Caesar's reforms resonated with ordinary Romans, and his popularity provided a strong foundation for his leadership. His march on Rome wasn't a mere act of defiance. It was the culmination of years of public backing and a reflection of a republic that no longer served its citizens. Vitellius, by contrast, had no such legitimacy. His ascension was driven entirely by military force, with no broad-based support to stabilize his rule. The Roman people never rallied behind him, and his brief time in power failed to win their loyalty. When a more capable challenger emerged, Vitellius was swiftly overthrown. His story highlights the fragility of power seized without the backing of those it is meant to serve. The legacies of these two men also reflect the consequences of their differing approaches. Julius Caesar's rise fundamentally reshaped Rome. His reforms and leadership paved the way for the Republic's transition into an empire, leaving a profound and lasting mark on history. Though criticized for his methods, Caesar embodied the will of the people during a time when the Roman Senate was increasingly detached from the needs of its citizens. Vitellius, in contrast, left behind no lasting legacy. His rule, marred by instability and excess, is remembered as a cautionary tale of unchecked ambition. Without popular support or meaningful reform, His reign ended as quickly as it began, leaving little for history to honor. Vitellius' name is largely forgotten, overshadowed by the achievements of more capable leaders. The comparison between Caesar and Vitellius reveals much about what it means to seize power. Julius Caesar's leadership, while contentious, was grounded in a connection with the people and a vision for Rome's future. He addressed the Republic's failings, earning a legitimacy that extended beyond military might. Vitellius, on the other hand, exemplified the pitfalls of ambition without purpose. His rise was built on opportunism and force, with no effort to address Rome's deeper issues or earn the loyalty of its citizens. So, was Julius Caesar a power grabber? In some ways, yes, but his power stemmed from the will of the people, not despite it. Vitellius, by contrast, epitomized the worst kind of power grabber, a leader whose ambition served only himself, leaving chaos in his wake. Caesar's legacy endures as one of history's most influential figures, while Vitellius remains a footnote, a warning against the dangers of ambition without legitimacy. If you enjoyed this exploration of Roman history, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives into the figures and events that continue to shape our understanding of leadership, power, and legacy.